major studies have uncovered that cancers can become more aggressive without relying only on DNA mutations. The research characterizes a whole extra level of control of cancer gene activity within tumors, which the researchers describe as cancer's dark matter. The two landmark studies showed how a level of gene control called epigenetics plays a central role in the development and progression of bowel cancer. Testing cancers for DNA mutations alone misses this level of control, and so can fail to predict how cancers may behave and respond to treatment. The research was presented in two studies published simultaneously in Nature and was led by scientists at the Institute of Cancer Research, London, Human Technopole in Milan, and the Queen Mary University of London. The findings could change the way we think about cancer and its treatment, and lead to new forms of tests that predict cancer's behavior more accurately. Epigenetics involves chemical changes to the three-dimensional structure of DNA, which don't alter the DNA code but can control access to genes. It has increasingly been recognized as playing an essential role in cancer development. Now, for the first time, scientists have been able to track the influence of epigenetic control on how bowel cancers grow and evolve, separately from the effect of mutations on the DNA code. The researchers observed significant epigenetic changes in every cancer they examined. They found signs that epigenetic changes are involved in cancer's ability to evolve and become more aggressive. In the first paper, the researchers collected 1,373 samples from 30 bowel cancers and looked at epigenetic changes as cancers evolved. They showed that epigenetic changes are highly common in cells that have become cancerous and occur around genes already known to drive cancer. The research also shows that epigenetic changes are heritable. They can be inherited by cells with each cell division and contribute to cancer evolution. The second paper aimed to understand why cancer cells within the same tumor can be so different from one another, a characteristic that helps some cells develop survival advantages and become resistant to cancer treatments. The researchers wanted to understand whether the diversity of cell types within a tumor is governed by variation in the DNA code or something else. They found that less than 2% of changes in the DNA code in independent areas of a tumor were associated with changes in gene activity, and that variation in cancer cell characteristics throughout tumors is often controlled by factors other than DNA mutations. Collectively, the papers represent a fundamental advance in our understanding of cancer. The researchers stress that DNA mutations are fundamental in cancer's development and evolution, but that much of the subsequent behavior of cancer cells is determined by other factors, such as epigenetics, that could help explain why DNA tests don't always predict how cancers will respond to treatment and why some environmental exposures can cause cancer without leading to mutations in the DNA code. Professor Trevor Graham, director of the Center for Evolution and Cancer at the ICR, says this unveils an extra level of control for how cancers behave, something the researchers liken to cancer's dark matter. This work will change how we think about cancer and its treatment, and could allow us to more accurately predict which treatments will work best for a particular person's cancer, said Professor Graham. Professor Andrea Sottariva, head of the Computational Biology Research Center at Human Technopole in Milan, who co-led the research, says that it is clear that epigenetic changes also enable cancer to adapt and develop a survival advantage over other cells. This provides exciting opportunities to create new treatments for cancer that don't target the effects of DNA mutations, but instead the epigenetic changes which determine how genes are read, he says. These studies have thus taken us one step closer to treating cancer with epigenetic-directed drugs. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.